was 27 years old, I left a very demanding job in management consulting for a job that was even more demanding, teaching. I went to teach 7th grade math in a New York City public school, and like any teacher, I made quizzes and tests. I gave up homework assessment. When the work come back, I calculate grade. What struck me was IQ was not the only difference between my best and my worst student. Some of my stronger performers did not have stereotype IQ score. Some of my smarter kids weren't doing so well. And that got me thinking. The kind of things you need to learn in 7th grade math, sure, they hard. Ratio, decimal, the area of parallelogram, but these concepts are not impossible. And I was firmly convinced that every one of my students could learn the material if they work hard and long enough. After several more years of teaching, I came to the to contemplate that what we need in education is a much better understanding of student and learning from the motivational perspective. From a psychology perspective, in education, the one thing we know how to measure best is IQ. But if doing well in school and in life depend on much more than your ability to learn quickly and easily, so I left the classroom and I went to grade school to become a psychology. I tried studying kids and adults in a kind of super challenging setting. And every day, my question was, who is successful here and why? My research team and I went to West Point Military Academy. We tried to predict which cadet would stay in military training and which would drop out. We went to the National Spelling Bee and tried to predict which children would advance faster in competition. We studied rookie teacher working in really tough neighborhood, asking which teacher are still going to be here in teaching by the end of the school years, and of those who will be the most effective in improving learning outcome for their student. We partnered with private company, asking which of the test sales people is going to keep their job and who going to earn most money. In all those very different contexts, one characteristic emerged as a significant predictor of success. And it wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good looks, physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit. Grit is a passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with you's future, day in, day out, not just for the week, not for the moon, but for years. And working really hard to make the future a reality. Grit is living life like a marathon, not a sprint. A few years ago, I started studying Frit in the Chicago public school. I asked thousands of high school juniors to take grit questionnaires, and then wait around more than a year to see who would grade it. Turned out that gradier kids were significantly more likely to grade. Even more, I matched them on very characteristics I could measure. Things like family income, standardized achievement, test score, even how safe kids felt when they were at school. So it's not just a West Point Award the National Spelling Bee the grades matter. It's also in school, especially for kids at risk for dropping out. To me, the most shocking thing about grade is how little we know, how little science know about bullying. Every day, parent and teacher ask me, how do I build grit in kids? What do I do to teach kids and solid work ethics? How do I keep them motivated for the long run? The honest answer is, I don't know. What I do know is the talent doesn't make you gritty. Our data show very clearly that there are many talented individuals who simply do not follow through on their commitment. In fact, in our data, grit is usually unrelated or even inversely related to measure if talent. So far, the best idea I've heard about building grit in kids is something called crow mindset. This is and IDM development at Stanford University by Carol Dweck, and is the belief that the ability to learn is not fixed, that it can change with your effort. Dr. Dweck has shown that when kids read and learn about the brain and how it changes and grows in response to challenge, they much more likely to perseverance when they fail, because they don't believe that failure is a permanent condition. So growth mindset is a great idea for bullying grit, but we need more. And that's where I'm going to end my remarks, because that's where we are. That's the world are standard before us. We need to take our best idea, our stronger intuition, and we will need to test them. We need to measure wherever we've been successful, and we have to be willing to fail, to be wrong, to start over again with lesson learned. In other words, we need to be greedy about greeting our kids greater. Thank you.